All right, let's go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Wretched New Flesh, second edition. Today we're going to talk about not just magic, not just psionics, but magic, psionics, and alien, Lovecraftian biotech. Fun! Yeah, the none of it's going to be great. It's not going to be a good feeling. Those of you who have weak stomachs, put your hands in front of your face and see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. This is not going to be for you because all of this is basically made to make sure your character falls down the rabbit hole of corruption and decay. Moral turpitude is the watchwords of the day. So let's find out how that goes right now.
It's funny, you had me in tech, and then you said Cthulhu Biotech. Nothing that has tentacles is nice to me, so no.
Yeah, all this stuff basically has tentacles. It's not great. Okay, we're going to start with psionics because they're not the most powerful and the most rare. Okay, psionics Invivilidad. Psychic powers can develop in a few extremely rare individuals who manifest a natural talent, or it can be induced and trained while under the influence of psi-active drugs. Now,
Of course.
this is the thing. Psionics is so rare, the game recommends only NPCs have it. Of course, you can have a player character who's a natural psionic or who takes psionic drugs to simulate that, but it can and probably will unbalance your game because psionics are very strong. Magic, not so much. Takes a lot of work, but psionics super strong. But anytime you mess with your brain, bad things happen. All right. So let's see what else. Why are psionics and what do people do about it? Is it regulated? Is it illegal? Illegal? Do you have to register? No. And there's a bunch of reasons why. Number one, there are simply too few developed and induced psychic users. Remember, the corporations who run the cops, the only drugs they really care about are the ones that create psychic powers in people. They are locked down. You want to go to the black market, you'll be spending 10 times the amount that you should because it is super locked down. And being caught with any of these illegal substances can get you disappeared real quick. All right. So there's just not a lot of psychics out there. So there's not a lot of, impetus to create laws about it. What else we got? Salviacs and Silo C are difficult to obtain and do not cause addiction. That's what I'm talking about. The corporations have them locked down and they don't make you high. They don't make you stupid. So they're not party drugs. So people aren't searching them out as much. So again, there's no reason.
So really? They're not psychedelic? Like, that's weird that
they're not. They just give psychic powers. That's basically it.
Okay.
Mutants. To put it simply, psionic abilities have enjoyed a vastly better media representation than reports of people with mutations who can also sometimes develop abilities and powers. In comparison, the latter have become the targets for fear and isolation. So, in a place where you have psychic powers, where you have people who look and dress and act all human, but have psychic powers, and then you have mutants who look like frickin' Quato. And have psychic powers, which one do you think that the populace is going to hate more? Dude, Quato. String him up. Burn it.
I don't know. I think he'd be the most legit psychic just because he's a Quato. Okay, he looks so weird. I'm sure his psychic powers are real.
I'm sure his psychic powers are badass, but I just burn his ass at the stake because he's
fair.
Quato.
Because he's Quato.
Because he's freaking Quato, so whatever.
Free your mind.
And of course, psionics do have the thing where you can make a very comfortable living if you are a psionic, as long as you stay in your lane. Don't poke your head out all the time. You know, if you have a psychic power that allows you to see into the future, do not go and screw over casinos. Casinos are owned by corporations. Corporations own the country, and you'll be found disappeared someday.
Think you said that backward. Corporations are owned by casinos.
Fair enough. But in this one, casinos are owned by corporations. Psionics and research, it doesn't matter. And we're going to move on to psionic powers. We can give you some examples of psionic powers. Yeah. Looking like this guy is not a good idea. Wear a wig, put some contacts in, look more normal. People look at this guy.
Don't wear those clothes. Oh wait, no, sorry, it's
either
Fitz.
freaking Romulan or he's a psychic that's going to eat my brain.
No, he's only one Romulan, and I hated that Romulan because he didn't even look like a Romulan.
Oh yeah, the Riemann the
Yeah.
Riemann version of Picard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Using psionics. In the 21st century, Avilidad researchers for the first time systematically studied psychic talents as 4 branches of disciplines of the mind, natural or drug-induced. Okay, great. And if it's drug-induced, depending on if the high-grade, low-grade, or counterfeit drugs, it will give you bonuses and minuses to your psychic powers that you get by using them. If you do take a psychic drug that gives you psychic powers, then you have to roll a random roll to see how it affects you and what powers you get. Okay. Psychic bio-augmentations are all currently secret experimental projects and generally unknown to the public and even to law enforcement. Only a few industry insiders know about these projects' current level of viability. The expectation is that these kinds of bio-augments can give the user the possibility to access side talents beyond the possibilities that drugs allow. See, drugs allow certain psychic powers. It's a random list of a list, small list, random roll, small list. Each person's different. Natural psychics can choose and grow their psionic abilities. Now, psionic bio-augments are kind of like Riff's crazies, where you get bionic implants in your brain that stimulate parts of your brain permanently to give you psionic powers. Depending on where your brain is stimulated, it gives you that power. That's psionic power on demand. That's great. That's why it's secret. Then we get the bio-augmentation, type 1, type 2, type 3, this, whatever. That's fine. These are the 4 different classes of psionic power. Telepathic or telepathy, teleesthesia, that's basically space, seeing space, stuff like that. Precognition and kinesis. Electrokinesis, blindness, toughen, telekinesis, adrenaline rush, thermokinesis, telekinetic shot. This is, precognition, flashback, foresight, dream, nonlinear time, static memory. This all dealing with the past, present, and future. And the teleesthesia, or whatever, however you fucking pronounce that, I don't even know, deals with space as opposed to time. And telepathy deals with all of the normal Esper psi powers that you would see, creating illusion, empathy, telepathy, psychic assault, domination, stuff like that. And these are the powers that are underneath those headings. The telepathy heading has search presence. That's basically searching for living minds around you. Empathy, reading someone's emotions. Let's see what else. Create illusion. While you maintain concentration, you can create an illusion. Okay. Read thoughts. Psychic assault. Psychic domination. These are all higher level. These are higher level stuff. And then we get to the spatial stuff. Spatial navigation. Concentration character can sense the direction and distance from where he is to any familiar place or surrounding within range. So that means if your destination that you've been there before, you know exactly the direction and how far away it is. It's right there, and it's 100 miles away or 50 miles away or 10 blocks away, whatever. Distance sensing, clairsentience, clairvoyance, equilibrium, spatial sentience. That one experiences multiple sensory information from a surrounding area within range from multiple viewpoints. This is seeing as like how am I going to explain this? If you have 5 drones in the air, each one has a camera, and you have 5 screens, and you're seeing the drone's view on all 5 monitors, each drone on a different monitor, that's what this does, but without the physical drones. What else do we have? We have echoes, vague or shifting multisensual experience from the past. Flashback, this is experience a significant past event from the point of view of someone who was there, or an object that you touch that was there at that time. So it's kind of like uh, the Earth Dawn Nethermancer ability, which has you relive the past 3 rounds of someone's life. But you can't die if the person died. You can't die from it, but you can get trauma. Okay. Foresight. This is the opposite. This is seeing in the future of an area or person. Dream.
For not being player characters, there certainly are a lot of powers.
Yes, there are a lot of powers because they are powerful. They are the most powerful in this game. And again, there's a whole bunch of stuff. All of it is super OP because it lets you see the future with amazing clarity and the past with absolute certainty. And the telekinesis, pyrokinesis, electrokinesis, all is deadly. Absolutely deadly. So I understand why they're supposed to be an NPC class. Now we're going to move on to magic. Magic is a little different, and we're going to go in there. In the Wretched verse, true magic stems from the dark dimension known as the Beyond. Okay, all magic is corrupting. All magic is Cthulhu nonsense. Okay, all of it. Because what you're doing is you're reaching into another dimension with your mind and pulling energy from it to make miracle acts on this world. You think you're going to do that all day and come out okay at the other side? No. No. All magic is corrupting. All magic is Cthulhu nonsense. It's just that nice magic is a little less corrupting than bad magic. Well, what's nice magic and what's bad magic? All right, well, that's easy enough. We actually have that here. Magical corruption.
By the way, I read while Heathen Dog scrolling a little bit. There's some dark and disgusting information in here.
Yes.
With regard to this. He's giving you the PG version of some of this.
Yeah. Yeah, this book is rated PG-13 up to R. There's no nudity, but there's a lot of swearing and violence and horrible events that if you were to describe them would get you at least a PG-13 rating.
And bodily fluids.
And lots of bodily fluids. Okay, corruption roll. If your magic includes human sacrifice, your corruption roll is at a -3. Even if it's a willing human sacrifice, still a -2 because you're still slitting the throat of someone who said, "Oh, please slit my throat." Dude, you're still corrupting yourself. Okay, but if you are using magic to perform a protective circle, a blessing, then you get a bonus to your corruption roll. You still got to roll because magic is inherently corrupting because it's from an alien source that you're filtering through your body like an idiot.
So shifters are magic users here.
Let's see some of the examples of spells that I can actually, say on this stream.
I mean, I don't care as long as it's in a book. If it's a legit name for a spell, I don't care.
Oh, I understand. Just like in Rifts, if you want to be a shifter, you be a magic user because a conjurer may form pacts with secretive masters to learn up to 3 rituals from their aligned school. Common rituals: bind major demon, bind minor demon. School pairings: Urbanomancer and Cybermancer. Necromancer, traditional ritual. Okay, if you want to hook your little red wagon to an other dimensional being, well, all right, you can. Your corruption rolls are going to be really hard going forward, and you chose corruption as a path of power.
So I'm seeing these pairings here. Do I have to follow that list of pairing, or can I be a necromancer and sex mage?
This is the that got dark. You mean the necrophilia mage? You want to be a necrophilia mage because that's what that is. Yeah, argue it. Try. You can't. It depends on the game master. All right. It depends how dark he wants to get. right?
The real question though is, are those pairings locked in, or are they just examples in
They
terms
are
of
examples. They
Okay,
are examples.
okay, got it.
But stick to the examples, especially if you're new.
Fair.
But common spells: convoke major demon, excommunicate, this banish major demon, banish minor demon, glimpse into the beyond, obtain knowledge from entities. Or if you are a cybermancer, spells like call nether machine spirit, fabricate tech implant, fabricate a technology implant. Yeah, go ahead and try that. That's gonna be great. Reprogram machine, tech curse, tech transmutation, tech scrying, unlock encrypted knowledge. If you're a dream magician, you dream snare, dream
Wait,
torture, dream walking, influence other
just 1
dreamers.
second. Unlock encrypted knowledge. Can you just scroll back up just for a second? That's under what category?
The Cyberman.
Cyberman. So is that like hacking into like a USB or some nonsense like that? I mean, when I first heard you say that, I'm thinking like you're opening up the puzzle box for Pinhead or something.
No. This is
Okay.
more using magic to affect technology. That's a Cyberman.
Okay, got it. Okay.
Yeah. So you're using magic to create technological seeming results. But it's easier because you don't have to carry around a computer, you just do it. Sex magician rituals. I'm not going to read those. You can do that on your own time, not on mine.
You scrolled past it too fast. No, they
Common
can't.
rituals. Bind major demon. Obviously, this complex ritual enables the conjurer to tether a supernatural being from the beyond to their will for 1 hour, as long as concentrate is maintained and movement within the 5-meter sphere of influence is restricted. To accomplish this binding, a contested wits roll, your wits against the wit of the major demon. You better be smart. Just letting you know. Normally performed alongside summon rites, this ensures that the invoked creature remains under some semblance of control. Binding a major entity is no trifling matter, and failure usually culminates in dire consequences, like death. Like death. It'll kill you. You summon this, and you let it loose,
I want to be that.
you die.
Oh.
This is your character from Night.
No, my character way more insanity nonsense than that. I had see-through skin and everything.
Yeah, you're right. Okay.
That guy's nothing. What are you talking about?
Now, all of these spells are less powerful than a natural psionic, but they are accessible to more people. You can learn how to cast spells. You can learn how to draw energy from an alien alternate universe. I don't recommend it, but you can do it. You can't learn to be a psionic. You either have to be born that way or juice up your brain in very dangerous fashions. So this is more accessible to the masses.
Well, is this where sacrificing people comes in?
But this is also much more corrupting because every single spell, no matter how good intention, has a possibility to corrupt you. And the more corrupt you get, you have to change your gameplay accordingly.
So it's baked into the rules?
Characters are, by definition, given up. They have no hope.
So it isn't just a matter of flair or fluff. Like it's baked in
as alignment shifting.
Okay. Oh, that's cool. I hate it when they make corruption to either just be like, oh, -2 to hit, -1 to charisma, or it's just some sort of fluff. I like it when it's meaningful.
Yeah. This is psychological corruption, not physical corruption. So a lot of other games that talk about corruption, your character's body will morph, will start growing horns, or eyes turn black, or you sweat acid, or whatever nonsense that is. No, this is psychological and soul crushing corruption. Nice. Where you actually become, if not more evil, then more uncaring about your fellow man. The more you become corrupted.
And that's part of the moral dilemma of the game, though, right?
Yes, that's part of the game. It's built, that's part of the theme of the game. So it's built around that. Perfect, yes. I think that is going to be it.
We got creepy tech next?
Creepy tech is next, yes.
Oh, yeah.
But for some reason, I did not write that down on my notes.
Oh, no creepy tech for you.
So I got to go to characters, factions, maybe otherworldly. Where is it? Equipment, 221. Okay.
It's just, creepy tech just falls under everyday common equipment. Yeah.
Yeah. Biocomputers, that's another creepy tech. Don't worry about it. Let's see here. As a rule of thumb, let me zoom in a little bit. As a rule of thumb, if the characters are employed as Zone Tech or other corporation operatives, Zone Tech and other corporations, you're working for a corp, either directly or through a third party. It's usually how people survive because they pay the best. But you will be screwing over your fellow man quite often, so you have to make moral choices quite often. So, yeah, there's that. Will be provided for their employees, which means up to the game master's choice. Also, there are cheaper East Asian and Chinese versions of most of the items on this equipment list, including biotechnology.
Wish.com
biotech at a
biotech.
lower cost, but there's a downside. When a botch happens, and depending on what OSR game you use as the basis for this game, that's what a botch is. Roll a D100. 150, item becomes unusable, and roll a 10 or less, it'll fail in a catastrophic way. And just think if a biotech fails in a catastrophic way, you could die a la Scanners. Stuff like that. So be easy on that stuff. The commercial products available in the market until recently, such as Burroughs Tech, were unrefined biological computers, still behind the top available electronic ones. These are living computers. If you were to open it up, number one, opening it up kills the living component. So they are not DIY friendly. But inside your computer is a living organism. That's half of your computer is a living batch of neurons that has some semblance of intelligence. Do you want that in your house? I don't. But people don't care. It's not hurting anybody.
Yet.
Is it? Yeah, yet. That's the real word, yet. So this is kind of what we're looking at.
Okay, if my computer starts growing legs like that and walking around the house, then we've got a problem.
It's a bug inside your PC.
Well, I was looking at the other one. The other one looks like he could just walk around on his own.
Mechanical legs, yeah. But this one is, here's the fleshy part.
Yeah, you know what I don't like? Bugs.
Yeah, I know. Guess what? This is your new Alienware computer.
Yeah, I am duct taping over that clear glass right there. I don't want to see that.
I understand. I don't want to see it either.
Oh, look, that one's a caterpillar.
Yeah, this is great.
Oh, and that one's a necrophidius.
Yeah, isn't that great?
No.
It looks awesome, right? No, that's freaking nightmare fuel, man. I don't want any of this garbage.
What is that? Is that supposed to be my fan? My cooling fan is made out of
that's
bugs?
Your cooling fan. The little tentacles move the air around. Little cilia. Move the air around to cool it off.
That's quiet.
Yep. Smartphones. We got smartphones. Computers all double as communication device, blah, blah, blah. They're pretty easy. Acquisition 10. That's fine. This is all regular technology. Then we get into where we at. Gene sequencer. Code injector allows insertion of new instructions into existing software without access to a source code. This is basically a hacking injector. Cybernetic integration firmware. What the hell does that mean? Low-level software that allows operating systems to interface with biomechanical augmentations. Okay. Again, you have to go over this equipment section all the way through to completely understand it. But it's separated into two zones that, of course, overlap because that's part of what this world does. There's the biological and the technological devices, and then their overlap. The biological devices are scary looking, and the commercial version is less effective than the technological commercial version, but they are cheaper because they're grown and not built for the most part. Then there's the purely technological, purely electronic, which is more expensive, but more reliable and better and works at least 10% better. And then there's the merger of the two, which is usually for corporations alone, not for sale for the general public, but they run amazingly. They are fantastic devices. They are both expensive and extremely viable in all situations that they're built for. For example, biotech merged computers are 1,000 times faster than a supercomputer. Uh, Biotechnological implants are much better than regular technical implants and much better than pure bio implants. They're better than both, better than the sum of their parts. But they still have that corruption deal, and I'm going to see if we get in this. Can we get into it? Is there a good summary?
So I can have a bug arm, apparently?
Yeah. Bug built arm.
Or a bug enhanced arm?
Biotech augmentations.
Oh, yay. Great.
Biotechnical enhancements are in fashion, even if in the black market you can still get cybertech implants. The Lazarus clinics are the best and safest places to be biomodified, but they're also the most expensive. Now, what does biomodified mean? Let's see here. Come on, give me. It doesn't give me any examples right off the bat, but this is your biotech Game Boy controller or PS5 controller.
You know what? PC Master Race. If you use a controller to play your games, you're a bad person already, and this just proves it.
There it is. Yeah. I get it.
That's what I was saying. Whoa to. That looks like something.
Yeah, it looks bad.
Don't want to keep seeing that on the screen.
No, don't want to have that too much. Let's see. Drugs, enhancement drugs. This is both. This is the psionic enhancement drugs. There are two kinds: Silo C and the Salvix. And either one of them will awaken psionic abilities in you. And especially through repeated use, you can learn to have those abilities either permanent or strengthened through practice and more drug use.
I want black meat.
Everyone does. More drugs. The nut kicker.
Nope.
Much softer than the other drugs on this list. The Nut Kicker is an energy drink which tastes like extra sweetened coffee. It was recently developed by Zone Sec agent, scientist, and entrepreneur Patrick O'Malley. Nut Kicker was particularly well received among young adults and teenagers in Avilidad. Effect: +3 to initiative rolls. Duration: 1 hour. Downside: heightens blood pressure, and it's mildly diuretic for 2 hours. It's basically super coffee. Okay.
I'm not drinking anything that says Nut Kicker.
The future of energy drinks.
Okay, and there's an advertisement for it? Okay, I got to go get some now.
It's completely legal. Cocaine crack / stims. Effect: +1 agility. Duration: 1d4 hours. Downside: increased blood pressure, heart rate for 1d6 hours. On a botch, a stroke or brain hemorrhage may occur.
Hey. Oh, Soul Stealer. I mean, that sounds like a great...
Ketamine.
Special K.
It's just as easy to get as cocaine.
Yeah, well, in the real world, they used to take that with ecstasy.
Yeah. LSD? That's a little harder to get. Okay, fair enough. Opium, just as easy to get as anything else. Just as easy to get as marijuana. Opium is just as easy to get as marijuana, just as easy to get as ecstasy. Peyote's harder. That's weird. And then we have weapons. Most weapons are technological. You have your normal guns, whereas some of them are bio enhanced. Let me see if I can find.
If I have to hold a worm,
you might have to hold a worm.
Oh God, a worm gun.
What was that? What was that series? Tech World, Tech War.
Tech War.
I think where you had the main character had a slug on his arm that he could shoot plasma bolts out of.
No, I don't want. No,
I'm sure you don't want that either. Yeah. But most of the weapons are high tech, and vehicles same way.
So where do I get the tentacle arms?
Okay.
Wow, sorry.
We've already talked about crass cybernetic or bionetic enhancements. If it's invisible, it's fine. You can fit in anywhere. If it's visible, you can't fit in some places. If it's freaking uh alien nonsense, like I have a slug on my neck or a third arm or whatever, don't leave your house because no one is going to accept you like that anywhere.
A Goa'uld symbiote.
That's invisible.
Mhm.
That's
Until your eyes glow.
Until your eyes glow, but just don't do that part and you'll be fine.
That looks like a 1950s magazine right there.
Yeah. It's
well, more
it's
like 1990s.
Yeah. Yeah, so I don't need to go through this much, but the whole basis here is that psionics and magic do exist, and technology is highly advanced, but it is no longer human tech because technology has especially in a Villadad has been the progress, the path of progress has been corrupted by otherworldly influences, by another dimension of alien thought and design. So what's accepted here would never be what's accepted in a Villadad would never be accepted here because we didn't go through all the baby steps needed to say, hey, having a giant bug as my CPU sounds like a good idea. Yeah, I'm not there ever. But if I grew up in this alternate reality where this baby steps happened to where now people accept a centipede as their RAM, okay. Guess that's for you. It's not for me, but I guess that's for you.
So I asked this question off camera, but I'll ask it on now. So even though it's not in the first video, it'll be in the third one. So hopefully they watch all three of them. Would you play this game? Would you be a player in this game?
Yes, I would play this game just because the feel of the world is something that would be challenging to navigate as a person, as a character, trying to keep their head above the moral water type thing. You have to make choices that compromise your morality, but not far enough to slide into corruption. How are you going to navigate that? That's a challenge. That is a challenge. Now, would I say this game is for everyone? Definitely not. Definitely not. If you are a kick down doors, take experience and treasure, this is not for you. Not for you. But if you like role playing, tough philosophical questions in noir type settings and situations, if that sounds like a good time to you, then this book is a good time.
Kind of a more serious version of World of Darkness?
Yes. It's a more serious version of World of Darkness. I'll give it that.
Should we see some chat?
Sure.
All right. So Polyrobotics says, so this game is the inverse of Palladium books in terms of psionics versus magic.
Well, not quite the inverse. I mean, in Palladium, psionics is weaker than magic, but magic is slower and more apparent than psionics. So whereas psionics has stealth, magic has power. And in this world, psionics has power and stealth. Magic has more people can use it, but
and sacrifices.
It will corrupt you eventually. That's why psionics is supposed to be so rare, because it's not meant to be balanced. It's meant for NPCs.
Okay, so I get magic in this game from the old ones, or darkness from Nightbane, aka Night Lord.
Yeah. This is Lovecraftian magic all the way. I mean, you don't go insane, obviously.
Well,
but with your increasingly creeping up corruption level, you can easily lose whatever moral stance you have and be completely numb to the tribes and tribulations of your fellow man. And you have to roleplay that as your alignment slides slowly toward I don't give a crap.
All right. Where is it? Let me delete that one out. And sounds like fun stuff.
It is. It is. I mean, it like I said, it's not for every play group, but if your group is behind wanting this kind of challenge, this is very rewarding.
So to be fair, I agree with you on the game side of it, but I think he was talking specifically about the bug magic and bug computers
bug
and so forth.
And the bug PCs and stuff like that. Yeah, that's.
I don't think that's fun stuff. I think that's gross.
That's absolutely gross. Don't like that at all.
That was a wiener.
That was the picture that you were talking about. Yeah.
And here we go. Magic is dumb book nerd stuff. Sonics gets the ladies one way or the other.
One way or the other. Yeah. Again, that would be great for you. Corruption has no meaning for you. Obviously, you're already there. You're already there.
And I'm not going to put it on the screen because I've already taken all those off. But Polyrobotic says, would this make a great game for using with the Palladium Books framework?
Well, yeah. If
you want to darken it, absolutely. I don't think Kevin would be for it personally, but somebody like me, absolutely. I think this would be awesome to add into that. But I like that kind of darker, weirder, creepier stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it'll fit into a Palladium universe because everything fits into a Palladium universe because you just make. But
specifically, like Nightbane. I mean, you could do Beyond the Supernatural as well, but Nightbane. This would be kind of more Night Lordish type stuff.
Yeah,
definitely Chaos Earth, man. When the rifts were just opening up and you still had some tech and things are just nuts.
Yep, you can. It can be done, but I don't know, man.
Would you want to?
Yeah. This second edition comes with game rules for the system, so just use that. I mean, it's not hard to learn. I'm not going to get into it now, but it's not hard to learn. It's not super difficult. So
it's just based on the Wretched system, right? It's just D20s then.
Yeah. It's just your normal D20 stuff with a little bit of flair.
Right then, we're good. I just saw the chat that I had, so go ahead and wrap it up.
All right, so that is it. So that is the very, very high level overview of the Wretched Flesh second edition, Wretched New Flesh, second edition. And if you want me to go over in much more detail, like the system or the settings, the boroughs of the cities, it'll be one day on each of these things because there's that much information, but I will go over that for you. If you like, subscribe, and share these videos, I'll know that you like them, they'll gain traction, and they're worth making huge videos about. But even if you don't, I'm glad I did this video, even if it is such a high level overview, because this world is very interesting. It is fun to read, and it would be fun to run and play in. As a game master, sometimes you have to be a little bit antagonistic toward your players. This game allows you to do that.
It encourages
you to attempt to corrupt your player base on a daily or semi-daily basis. Because the world is that screwed up. That just existing in it means that you have to compromise your morality almost all the time.
I'm working my 9 to 5. I got the kids, single parent. I got all this going. Hey, let's go play some Wretched New Flesh. Sounds great. All right, everybody, please like, subscribe, and share. And definitely hope to see you next time.